Morning, everyone. Impromptu live. And can you guys, what does this say? I've got something new. Click here when live for stream info and more. Oh, okay. I see the things now, I think. I'm on a whole new version of eCam. Did you hear the chonk? Kitty is like kind of wandering around and doing his thing. If you are watching this, say hi. Let me know how things are going. I'm going to see if it says I'm streaming. Oh, there we go. Now I can see. I can see your lovely faces. Hello, everyone. We are keeping it cozy. And what does that mean, really? What that means is I'm in my jammies. Well, actually, I'm in my mama gown. It's kind of like a cool giant hoodie that is also goes to my ankles. And today is kind of a special day because it's the vegan health and weight loss bundle starts at 10, which is in like what, 32 minutes, and I'm very excited about it. And I just needed to get up and talk to you guys. Hey Jackie, it is awesome to see you guys. I would love to have you say hi wherever you are. Tell me where you are, what the weather is like. The weather is very cozy-ish. I think I'm doing 2 more lives today. I'm doing one at 11 on Instagram, on someone else's Instagram that goes to mine as well, which is Kathy Hester Cooks, if you want to come join then. And then at 2 o'clock, I'm going to be with Vicki, and she's going to make her smoky beans, which is going to be delicious. And perhaps I will put clothes on by then. I make no guarantees today. We've been talking a lot about milk makers, and I thought I'd show you some of the ways that I use it. So if I have a chance, I'm going to go live on Instagram later and make a chai in this. So these are the 2 small ones that I've been talking about. This is the new nutter that they sent me after my first one broke. And this one seems to have some upgrades that I've been pretty happy with. This is the Archmira scent, which I've been talking about some. And the size is not super huge. I know some of you guys worry about adding another appliance to your counter. But these are pretty small. You can take them on and off very easily. And I'm going to do some comparisons. I also have some kind of generic ones from China we're going to compare with all these as well. Jackie says it's been icy here since Monday. That's right, you're in Texas. We're finally going to thaw out today. I think it gets down to like 18 degrees tonight where I am, which is just nuts. So I thought we would make a latte. And in the actually, let's make it in the nutter, because I made the chai. There's a video coming up, hint, hint. It's going to have me making chai in this, so I'll make chai in that. This one is a little bit bigger, the Archmira. I feel like it is just insulated better. It's about the same size. It does not make more. It's just not quite as loud. So if you have some questions about these, let me know. Now, I have heard from one person who got a bad Archmira. They are getting ready to exchange it. It came with some weird noise. So I want to let you know too, no matter what nut milk maker you order or blender or other appliance, if something weird is going on, as soon as you can, try to send it back and get a different one, unless you're unhappy with something else, so that you can get it while it's under warranty, right? And then if it's not for you, then you still have that warranty to go, well, this one wasn't for me. It wasn't just that X, Y, and Z happened. So I'm going to move the Archmira out of the way. It does about the same thing. Both of them have little plugs and little informations we'll look at. And it's going to take, on these for the warm setting, which is what I want to use because I'm going to make Cheryl a hot coffee, is, I read the comment. I haven't had my caffeine yet, you guys. So how do you like cozy lives? Is this something we should keep doing or perhaps not? since I want to make her a nice warm latte, I don't remember what I was saying. Caffeine for the win. So what I need, this is cold brew coffee. Do you have to have cold brew coffee if you want to make this along with me? No. If you make drip coffee or something like that, you can totally use that. You could put it in here or not. Oh, it's going to go for 5 minutes because I'm using the warm cycle, okay? And I'm doing that because cold brew is kept in the fridge. Why I use cold brew over drip coffee is my stomach can't handle the acidity of drip coffee or French press coffee or pour over coffees. So basically you just take coarse ground coffee, you can put it in your French press, you can put it in a jar, and then you fill it up with water and you let it sit 24 to 48 hours and you strain it. You can buy things that do that. The French press, you just push it down and you pour off your cold brew coffee, and it's a concentrate of sorts. How concentrated is it? That depends on you, right? How much coffee you put in per water. I'm not a huge coffee person the same way I'm not a huge chocolate person, so I want a hint of this and a little bit of caffeine. If you're making it like in a toddy maker or you're getting it at Starbucks or another coffee place, it is very concentrated. So mine is not quite as concentrated. Okay, so I'm going to first then, we're going to kind of make our milk. And I am going to use some maple syrup, water, and some pecans. So if you guys saw, I have a post on Healthy Slow Cooking about pecan milk that I made in a larger milk maker. So I'm going to take, and it's really up to you. Let's go to overhead. There we go. Usually I do 1 to 2. It just kind of depends. So I'm going to do about 2 tablespoons of pecans, and this is kind of in lieu of any flavored syrup. And Carolyn, I'll mention these jars to you too. And I'm going to throw in a couple of cashews. What I wouldn't use to make a hot drink right now necessarily is oats. It could be a little slimy, but it might be worth it. So in all of these, see how there's a min and a max? We're going to pour water after we've added our ingredients. So since I want, some of mine is going to be coffee, and that's about all the coffee I want. So again, you would put the amount of coffee that you want. I'm going to put in probably about 2 teaspoons of maple syrup. This could be date syrup. It could be really anything, that sweetener that you want. And now we're going to add some water to get to that max line. So basically we're making the creamer and the flavor and the sweetener all together. And there's, let's see, can you see here? There's a little stoppy thing here that this goes on. And for the nutter, it's best to go ahead and have this on before you start it. So I'm going to plug it in because you'll get an error message. Okay. And then let's come to this camera for a minute. And all I'm going to do, see there's like different ones. I'm just going to click, we're going to do to warm, and it's going to take about 5 minutes. So what happens with these nut milk makers is that they kind of, you heard it go and you're probably like, if this was your first time, you'd be like, did that just break? Are things okay? No, it just kind of went ahead and went to whirl things up a little bit, and it's heating up. And you can kind of see here too, see that's letting me know something's happening. And I don't know if you guys can hear. You can hear it heating up a little bit. So we're just, here, I'm going to move this where you don't have to look at that. And we'll look at it in a minute. And then it's going to count down. and we can strain it into our cup. So what I do when I'm straining into a cup is I have a little bar strainer. Really, with pecans and cashews, we're going to catch almost no sediment, so you could kind of leave it be. Now, you could make this into an oat latte. Just know I would not make oat milk, like a big batch of oat milk, on a warm setting because it's going to make it slimy a little bit. But if you're making it for this 1 cup of coffee, you may not notice the same way. And hello to everyone who's here right now. Carolyn wanted to know more about these storage jars, and I love them. You can get them on Amazon. They're not cheap. I found them, it wasn't at Home Goods, but a Home Goods-like store. And in fact, I may go back this weekend to see if I can find some more. I love them for my milk making supplies, so I always have oats and slivered almonds, regular almonds, hazelnuts, cashews, some pecans. I have another one that I have lentils with and things like that, so that's kind of cool. But I like them. They don't take up a lot of space, and they give you a nice variety. And if you're going to go ahead and get a milk maker, something that you're going to make every morning, it's really nice. The Nutter comes with these cool little measuring scoops. I think the new one just came with a tablespoon, and I've been keeping those in here as well, so I can just scoop it out. And the reason I'm using, there's 2 reasons I'm using this water. One, I don't want to go over to the sink, but we have some reverse osmosis water, and I just filled this up. So that's all I'm using. Use the cleanest and nicest water that you can to make any of these nut milks. I'm trying to think of, if you have some questions about this, let me know. I see a lot of you guys are here, but I'm not seeing, I think I'm only seeing YouTube questions. So let me see if, so it's heated up and now it's spinning. So I also get a lot of questions about, can I just use my blender? Of course you can. Can you guys see the little, I can see little puffs of steam coming out. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me, here, so you can kind of see it working. And Sherry's asking, here, let's see, there we go. You can kind of see this going. This is exciting. The jars, I think, hold probably about 3 cups, maybe a little bit more than 3 cups. I can, let's see. This is a 2-cup measure. This was a whole bag of Trader Joe's almonds. So I think we're looking at about 3 cups. Yeah, I think it's about 3 cups. But it holds about what I buy, you know. So like if you buy a bag of nuts, like this is a whole bag of their slivered toasted almonds, which makes a delicious milk. Hey Stephanie, it is awesome to see you here. If you guys are on Facebook and I am not seeing you, if you want to go to YouTube and look up Kathy Hester, I'm not sure if you guys are just sleeping, that is fine. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I had never seen them before. They are Kilner, which is one of my favorite things. I'll come back and put a link in, but I think in the Amazon link is fairly expensive. So what's going on? It says 3 minutes. So this goes on for about 5 minutes. And the thing that's kind of cool about this is if I wasn't hanging out with you guys, I would just like go brush my teeth, which I already did, thank you very much, even though I'm wearing my jammies. I did manage to do that. But this just kind of gives you an idea of how I kind of make it convenient. And to get a nut milk maker versus a blender, Okay, if you already have a blender and you're on a tight budget, that's what I want you to keep doing, okay? If you are looking for a way to make things more convenient, so for instance, all the ingredients I put in here, I could have put in the night before, last night, and had it set to a delay so that I walked up and had a ready latte, which is pretty awesome. So if that's something you like, or if you would just like some fresh room temperature oat milk for your iced coffee in the morning, or for your smoothie, the reason you would get one of these smaller guys is that you want to make milk more often in smaller amounts. Oh, the sound is a little muffled. It's probably because this is really loud. Let me see if I see anything else. This is But you guys have questions? Because that would be awesome. Let's see. And I will take a look at my sound. Okay. Yay! Oh, nope. Okay, this is perfect. What happened, and I'll show you in this camera. That's the dreaded E2 error. And what it means is this has it's moved. So it got a little excited. But I think we're pretty close anyhow. So see how that went away and when that happened? That's one of the complaints about this kind of nut milk maker. But it's still warm. I think since I'm not using dates, I think it's fine. Is this better now, Stephanie? I think it's because this was going on. So I will tell you a little bit more about the differences between the blenders, but and this, my friends, is from the Vegan Potter, and she's a vegan who makes pots, imagine that, but she makes beautiful vegan pottery. That's kind of awesome. Yeah, I think this is going to be fine. There may be and let me let you see this from above, which is what you really want. See how fluffy that is and nice? And then I can take a strainer, and I'm trying to, I put them underneath. With the nutter now comes this strainer, which we could use. It's not as thin, but we could do that. It doesn't really matter. This is my preference. This is the old nutter one. What you'll notice is these holes are slightly bigger than your T-ball. Okay, great, Stephanie, and I'll get to you in just a second. I want to go ahead and show you how I do this. And it's stupid simple. It's really stupid simple to use a mesh strainer. I don't love nut milk bags, but the nut milk bag I do recommend. And we'll pour a lot of this through here. So you can see that with these kinds of nuts, see, there's very little sediment. So it's up to you. Since I'm making this for Cheryl, I'm going to be a nice human being. And I'm going to strain out the little pieces. I want you guys to see. And it's just kind of all mixed up in there. And this, we use the max. It makes about a cup and a half. And I'll let you see from the top again. And then we'll talk a little bit more about milks. Because I see Stephanie has a question. Okay, and you can see in here, there's a cleaning setting, so I can put that on. I basically, see, probably because the cycle ran a little bit short, I'll come in and zoom in for you. There is a little bit. But you got to remember, this is from over 2 tablespoons of nuts. And I think, it's less, I think it's probably about a 1/4 teaspoon of pulp, and you could still save this tiny, tiny amount of pulp and scrape it off into a little jar in the freezer until you get enough, and then you can dehydrate it. You could use it in oatmeal, you could use it in dog cookies, you could dehydrate it, grind it, make it into a flour. Lots and lots of things to do. So what you can't do here is because there's electronics in here, you can't just wash it. We can rinse it out, but you can put 1 drop of like dishwashing liquid. I would put water whenever I'm using a cleaning cycle on one of these machines under the minimum line, because all the other things we make in here have some amount of substance to them, whereas this is just water and it's more likely to just spew a little bit. It's just the nature of the game. So hopefully that helps a little bit. So Stephanie's saying, what's a good milk alternative maker for soy and almond? There's a lot of different milk makers, and if you go to healthyslowcooking.com, I have an article up now. If you want to make soy milk, it's a good idea to have a heated machine. Both of these have heat, so you can make soy easily in these. So the other two that I've demoed on the YouTube channel is the almond cow, where what do we make in the almond cow? I make so many milks now. I think we made pecan milk in the Meomat, and I think I made, oh, I can't even remember. And I'll talk about these more, and you can watch some of the videos. But like I said, I'm going to do head-to-head. Those are bigger machines. They're not heavier machines, but they can both be used to make multiple milks. So the Meomat has heat, so you can make it in there and heat it in there. The almond cow does not have heat, but it has a filter, meaning that where these blades are, it comes out, and they're blades, and it has a thing that goes on, so you don't have to filter your milk. So that's one thing to think about when you're deciding what kind of machine to get. How big do I want it to be? Does it need to have heat for me or not? And also, with these heat ones, you can make soups, porridge, congee, other things as well. So as much as I'm a gadget girl and appliance whisperer, I do like to get more than one function out of an appliance. I expected not to like the almond cow, but I do. But what I don't like, okay, there are a couple of things what I don't like about Nutter is Nutter kind of implies you don't have to strain. And a lot of people get disappointed because they don't even want this much in their cup of coffee, and that's fair. And if you don't want to strain, you don't have to, right? But I just think that we need to be very transparent, which is why I'm doing all these demos, why I'm writing a post about it, because I think it's hard to find out the facts. With the almond cow, it'll say, yeah, you can make soy milk. So what you're going to do is soak your beans and grind it up in here with water, and then you're going to put it in a pot on the stove and cook it. And I don't think that's appealing to most people. Who I think it's appealing to is people who have an almond cow already. So if you already have an almond cow, do not buy another one. Just use the pot on the stove. However, just from doing books on the Instant Pot and the slow cooker, I know people get mad if I ask them to saute onions in a pan to put in the slow cooker. So I'm assuming those same people would be mad about dirtying up two things to make soy milk. So I don't know if you guys could hear the little meow. That's Fergus going, hello, I would like to go outside. And so we're going to talk about all these different ones. I am expecting to get a Nutrimilk any day now, which is different than the machines that I've demoed already. So that'll be interesting. And it kind of makes nut butter. It is not for soy milk, but you can make almond milk. It will make almond butter, and then it makes a really smooth almond butter. You add the water, and then it has a strainer. So again, if one of your criteria is I don't want to ever strain, or I want to strain less, Soy Bella also has kind of a built-in strainer. That cup is smaller than the almond milk. Now you see why it's this whole long post, right? I love this. Oh, Elizabeth loves her Nutrimilk. I'm very excited to give it a go because I haven't tried it, but everyone I know that has one loves it. It is expensive, so it's like a $500 appliance. This has been on sale off and on the Arc Mira for like $99, so I've put it up a couple of times. I got mine for like $99. The Nutter is between $169 and $189. So, and I think the Neomat is not that much more. I think it might be $185, $195. The Almond Cow I think is $215. So the reason you would get a smaller nut milk maker versus a larger one really is that you have a small household. You don't want to make a jar of, and I wanted to actually bring this up. This is the pecan milk I made in a video. And one of the reasons I wanted to show you this because people think that when it separates, it's bad. Pecan milk separates really fast, but watch this. Ta-da! This is what happens in our plant milk cartons that we never see. It separates. And this is actually a jar from the Almond Cow that I love. So, but you can get ones like this on Amazon with a little handle. Just make sure it has a nice silicone section if it's got a wood lid like this. If it goes on really good, then you can just shake it up and there you go. All right, let's see what else we've got. Any other questions? And if you're on Facebook trying to ask me a question, I will go into Facebook and answer it. I'm just not seeing any Facebook questions. Oh, yay! Marcia's here. Good morning. And Elizabeth says she's had hers Nutrimilk for years, and she bought it in the very beginning. And you can also totally use your blender to make any of these things. You can use your blender to make soy milk in the same way that we talked about using the Almond Cow. You soak your beans overnight, then you grind them, and then you cook them, and then you strain them and stuff like that, blah, 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 blah. And then you can make some tofu or whatever else you want to do. So, and actually, Cheryl, yeah. I made this for you. Do you want to come taste it? It's Cozy Jammy Day. It's okay that
but my hair, no.
She's saying she won't show you her hair like that. So I'm going to taste hers. It's really good. Maybe she won't get it. No, but I could go ahead and just make another one really quick too. I like that we can put whatever we want in our milk or whatever we have. So milk can get expensive, especially like Oatly. Rolled oats are really cheap. In your blender, if you're having trouble with your oat milk being slimy, what you can do is pulse it. Don't overheat it. Don't heat it at all. Put some ice cubes in there. There's so many different ways you could do this. Oh, yay! I see Mia on Facebook. Can I just call you to come make me some? No, but you could pick one up. Drive on through, but I'm not putting pants on for you. That's all I got to say. So, and Nancy says that she has the Arc Mira and likes it. And what happened is when my Nutter broke, and I do think this one is better made so far. I've only used it about 3 or 4 times. But I'm noticing, I had noticed the first couple times it didn't shake so much. It took the lid off of the lock position, but it seemed like it did today. But when I saw this one and it was inexpensive, I'd never seen it, didn't know if it was going to work or not. One of the great things about Amazon is now you can return things at Whole Foods and Ross's and all these different places for a lot of things. So I was like, let's just take a risk. And I do find it is a little bit quieter and it does all the same things. The lid does stay put really, really well, but it's only time will tell. Oh, good question, Stephanie. How long does alternative milks keep in the fridge? It depends on the ingredients. A lot of times I find that oats are more likely to keep 3-ish days and how cold your fridge is. So my fridge, things freeze in sometimes, so I can usually get another day or 2. If you're doing a nut milk, I find 5 to 7 days typically works just fine. If you want it to last longer and you use salt, you could put a pinch of salt in there and that can extend the shelf life as well. So, and it's going to change. I think soy milk lasts a little bit longer just because of the process you go through with heating it and things like that. We're not really heating very much of this. So any more questions? If not, I'm going to go and rapidly fire about this bundle, which in 3 minutes, some of you are going to get emails or other things about, yay, Joanne is here. So it's the bundle is for sale in 3 minutes. I will come back to this video and put a link on it as well. If you are in my heartbeat group, it's going to post automatically, or in my Facebook group. It is an affiliate link, so I do get a commission when you buy through my link, and I appreciate it, and it helps me do more free content for you and do exciting things like pay my light bill. So thank you so much for supporting me. And I've got 3 classes. I think I made it into a mini bundle, and I called it Kitchen Appliance Wizardry. And there's a class on an air fryer, and these classes are 2 to 3 hours long with recipes. There's a dehydrating class, and there's a class that has Instant Pot and slow cooker instructions for all of them. So also it can help you realize how to change a slow cooker recipe into an Instant Pot, or vice versa, and if it's possible. And that's just a tiny part of, like, there's over 110 things. You might be going, and how much is that? I feel like I should be a commercial. It's $49. And if you bought all these things separately, it would be like over $3,000. It's only for sale till February 12th. If you bought last year's bundle, realize all of this is different. So it's not the same bundle being for sale again. It's 110 plus new products that you didn't get last year if you bought the bundle. I'm going to be doing a bazillion lives. In fact, I'm going to do 2 today. Some days I'm going to be doing 3. So if you have some questions and you want me to maybe answer some of them, email me at kathyhester@gmail.com, and I might even just pop on live just to kind of come and hang out with you and answer your questions. And I'm getting ready to do a whole series on soy milk. Soy milk is waiting because most people don't want to go through the effort to make soy milk. So I'm doing some nut milk things as well. So I'm going to go through how to make the soy milk in all the different milk makers coming up soon. Also, all these appliances come with little cookbooks, and they tell you as well. So hopefully that's enough teaser for now. I'm going to go actually I'm going to drink Cheryl's coffee, perhaps, or make my own, and start putting up links about the bundle. So please, if you are thinking of getting the bundle, get it today. It's well worth it. I'm also going to go over at some point and show you the different things in the bundle and all that. So there's more to come, but I don't do this much for any other bundle that I'm in because I don't believe in it as much, usually. This one is all whole food plant-based. There's doctors, there's yoga, there's so many different things. So anyhow, go look at some of the places, check your email, check the groups that you're in with me, and I'll be putting up a link in moments. And I will see you guys later. At 11, I'm going to be on Instagram Live, and at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be live with Vicki making some yummy beans from her contribution. So come see me then, okay? See you soon.